So I feel like all the lanes are looking pretty good for Execration. It's just, are they going to be able to convert beyond that?
And meanwhile, mid, how do you feel like this matchup's going to fare between the DK and the Lina? Because, you know, Lina's been nerfed a decent amount throughout the past couple of patches as Execration picking up first blood down bottom. You know, Tino and BDZ, when they can have enough boards and find the levels, and they can start to stand their ground and man fight the clockwork.
Yeah, for sure.
They're actually going to go back
the
in.
Yeah, they hooked him in a little bit here, and they found him. Might even get two.
That's a cool combo. Just cogs into the Celestial Hammer. You can't really escape from the Starbreaker either. CTN picking up the double. So even though they did lose a couple of heroes, they'll come back to a huge wave.
They will. I mean, I feel like that's
maybe gonna kill mid, actually, in fact. My god. Yopaj. Not expecting that.
Going for a kill onto RR as we talk about it. Misses the arrow, though.
Wouldn't mind seeing them cut the wave, and yeah, they're gonna do just that on RR. Some of the creeps will start to tank up the battery assault, which will give RR an opportunity to make into the tree line.
Mob needs to get out of here, I think. I don't think anyone's really in a position to
Tim's
rejoin,
gonna find
especially
him.
now that especially now that you've TP'd mid on Bob here.
Who's found who? Maybe it's Mob that's found Tim.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine.
Alright, they're just baiting. They know Cookie's on cooldown. Bob's daggered as well, but here comes the global aspect thanks to CTM's Dawnbreaker. The +1, too much for them to handle in Execration. They need some assistance, and they'll get none of that. The Scythe to cut through RR, and now Spectre finally out of the lane. I mean, FBZ, how he's looking on the Necrophos at the moment, so we'll be working on the mech. I know it's dire straits at the moment for Execration, but are there any silver linings?
Oh, well, could be it. They've found out the Dawnbreaker actually with the Primal Roar used the first time. Haunt used as well. I mean, the thing is now you can't really push. Stop the aggression that was coming in onto FBZ, and it left Yopaj to just freely hit the tower along with the siege creep. So Boom are doing a bunch of really nice things here.
Blink reveal. And that's a key
that's
target.
what you want to be.
Beautiful pick off. There's the ulti to follow. Mushi's even going to look to jump up on the high ground. BDZ. That's positioning. They're going to be cautious of Bob, but now with the Tombstone, you've got to think twice about Boom from taking the fight with the area denial that Radiant have at the moment. They're going to look to try and split it up, target down the Tombstone, but Mob's doing an exceptional job to protect it. Now to the western side, CTM, she's in trouble as well, but also Bob's going to join him in the afterlife as Yopaj has had ample time to stand his ground and stack up the burn, and now he's going to be able to fly over as well thanks to Tumblr's toy FBZ standing hand in hand. The sustain through these two heroes is too much for them to bear.
But unfortunately, he was just a little bit off the mark, wasn't able to push them back while they were around that staircase choke point.
Oh, Mob. Have they got the damage though? 1500 health. No reinforcements coming over.
The stun though, the
so
centaur.
With this time, it's going to be enough to bring him down. I mean, I was a bit worried that they would not have had the damage.
Because, you know, this is a support, right? Like, you're not going to feel too worried about him just sitting down here and farming a little bit further. It's a Snapfire. Sure, the hook shot's going to... the 4-star is going to be nice.
Stalking the Lina right now. A jump in from Mushi, and Yopaj has plenty of control to set up for Tim's arrow.
Yopaj is a rare occasion where he's kind of solo, but it's a DK, right? You're a strength hero with Dragon Blood, and if you don't chain lock him down, he's got the BKB. Hell, even the raindrops will be able to provide him with that little bit of extra survivability, but smoke fails. They might even lose BDZ for it.
Mushi looking to connect from top. Just going to run straight into them, Mob. Looks like he's going to pounce as well with the reveal of the Aghanims. Now, do they feel like they can stick around? They did pop that outer dragon form. Yopaj. Nice micro, Tino. Trying to block out the arrow. It's not going to matter. Still actually connects on the Lina. Now with the burst coming through from the Scythe. Not enough to clean off Bob, but still with the BKB, too late. Yopaj locks onto his target, and now they've overwhelmed Execration once again in a team fight. The Mortimer Kisses can rain down Hellfire, but it won't do anything to turn this back around. Maybe Mob can at least get some retribution with cleaning off Tim's. But still, the consequences, they've lost 3 heroes.
Yeah, I don't think you care all
maybe
that
even
much.
Mob as well. Yeah, Mushi. A hook shot to catch him. Is it enough damage with the cogs? Yes, sir. Welcome back, Mushi. I don't know what you do, man. Like, Dawnbreak is so sustainable, especially with this itemization.
You know, they weren't able to transition that all that well. MUSHI walking around again, just trying to break any kind of smokes because they know that they've got this active lineup that can play around the Primal Roar. So the fact that Tino wasn't able to have as good of an early game as he might have liked is
common.
FBZ here.
You do not kill FBZ. My guy just picked up a heart. CTM, he knows this. He's gonna jump on forward. They'll cut him down, at least attempt the Laguna Blade, but what are you doing, guys? It's just tickling me. I've got a half health to play with. You got a dead Spectre as well. FBZ, he's made so much space, but now finally Boomer being able to show up. A 2-for-1 trade, but more blood in the water as BDZ is once again doing a lot of damage here with the Mortimer Kisses, but soon they'll stalk him out in the tree line and bring him down for the price of the ages.
He dodged a bullet there. He was standing a little bit too far on the front line for my liking and could have been gone on by Boom, but considering it's nighttime, didn't quite have the vision to make the conversion happen. He's actually going to walk into this Moonlight Shadow here. Boom might even just avoid it entirely, but he sees the Heartstop Roar on himself.
Just wait a little bit. Let the man drop the Observer Ward, get the price for one. It's taking a while. Who else they kill? They actually get a bigger target in the Lena up top and also picking up the Undying, so boom. A great movement with their Moonlight Shadow. First full set of barracks now down. Boom. Completely uncontested with that push, and they have to be so confident.
And has that level 20, extra 20 strength, 440 health.
Oh, they're showing.
Comes alongside.
There we go.
He's got the Arcane Rune as well.
They got to get set up on the high ground. Play around your vision right now for Execration. Yopaj instantly jumping in, gonna try and deal with the Beastmaster. Cookie will reset his positioning away from the arrow, but the damage too overwhelming. Tino still gets a roar before the death, but what is that really gonna do for the story of the team fight? As it's trailing further to the northern side, Bob attempts to BKB into the TP out. He'll be successful, but the rest of the team, their fate's still undecided. Hookshot actually off the mark for MUSHI. So a bit unfortunate there that he will whiff point blank. But nonetheless, Execration still 3-for-1.
And now you've even got the Aghanim Scepter completed for Yopaj. So he's a pretty tanky boy. It continues to not be the case. Like, they're only just now at 32 minutes in going to take their second tower of the game while Boom's pushing up onto your high ground.
Yopaj CD instantly going to look to jump as well. The damage solely will be enough. In fact, FBZ, the one to be claimed with the kill. You're gonna have to force something out here. You see just across the map, Spectre, Dawnbreak. They don't have to be there. This global factor. As Yopaj can brute force him down. Now he's died pretty deep, but still, he's so goddamn healthy, especially with the Aegis. Just gonna look to turn. As soon as Bob shows up, they're gonna look to prioritize Alina to push her further away. You know, but the BKB's out. They have to target the Tombstone, but up to the western side, they've killed off the Spectre. The break into the side, plenty of damage to go through the tanky one. And now objective-based gaming. As these sets of barracks soon to fall, they were going to force that BDZ back into the fray as Boom just a methodical beatdown with a 32-minute GG.
Really solid all throughout, and you know, despite it getting to the late game, you still had Dawnbreaker sitting at the very top of the net worth there. So yeah, CTM, he really loves to excel on these heroes. I don't hate this Execration draft. I feel like they've set themselves up a lot better for success this time around. Still a much quieter game than I would have been expecting for Boom. For Execration at this stage, I probably would have been hoping that they would have gotten
maybe
at least
might have our first blood now. As both the supports look to combine up with the Ember Spirit in the mid lane, and that they will do so. Tim's finding first blood, and
yeah, for sure. FBZ plus the siege creep. I mean, he's only got the 1 point in the Kraken shell, so it's not going to tank up all that much.
It's going to be his first rotation down bottom. The early level 6, he hasn't been having too free of a time mid, as Bob really destroying him in the last hit department, but he's going to mirror the movement down bottom. Finds a nice kill himself and will look to turn on CTM. He's still holding the Laguna Blade just in case they can get another kill, and now simultaneously up top. Then would look to try and deal with the Iris. They're going to be FBZ the target. This will give him ample time to drop the Ravage, and Bob instead they'll be the ones to target the support and also get the first tower with that catapult wave.
And I understand that there's such a small window to be able to make those sorts of things happen, but BDZ, I feel like he needed to be there. You know, if you get that Urn of Shadows in onto the Monkey King, he can't jump around in the trees like that.
Yeah, now mid lane. 4 from Boom, looking to overwhelm Tino under the tower. They recognize how much sustain they have, and they showed multiple heroes up top, so they felt super safe with being able to make that aggressive dive, and once again utilizing the catapult wave for the next push. Bob, this might be a bit too deep. Ara's done an exceptional job to be able to nightmare FBZ, but it's not going to matter. As soon as he awakes, dropping the Ravage, he's going to look to play deep underneath the T2 tower. I think that would signal the retreat. So they've used a lot just to burst through Lina. Ida Tino finally going to show up as well, dropping the arena combination just to clean off Mushi. This will give enough time for Boom to reset their positioning, and without the catch, everyone should make it away. And this is huge for EXECRATION, picking up a tower at a decent timing. That does leave BDZ now vulnerable though behind the tier 1ers. Once again, just surrounding him with no retreat opportunity, but at least now having bottom claim, it should open up some extra farming opportunities for their cause.
Well, they got a tower. Mushi, he's been able to quickly get off that Phantom's Embrace.
At least it's enough time for the rest of Boom to think if they want to swing on over.
Nice
Yopaj needs help and he's not going to get it. A Fiend script instantly, as Ursa can have the follow-up damage, and that is a big kill to find as well. A hero that really relies on taking this at a pretty rapid rate, but we're already 17 minutes in and there has been no thought at all from EXECRATION. But finally, they're looking to play around the area. A lot of vision nearby, hand in hand with Bob as well, considering he has completed the BKB. But I mean, Ara's positioning up on the high ground. It's going to at least pop a lot of the damage at the moment. Meanwhile, on the backline, Mob just assassinates the Io. That's a big target to be able to bring down, but now with the Wukongs throughout the choke point, there's no control. So instantly EXECRATION, the Delta split. Tino's going to look to jump in, the arena drop. But once again, the answer from the Ravage, is this going to be enough to force them back and protect CTM? He's trying to play around with the Jinku stacks. Tim's buyback as well is enough to keep CTM alive, as now they can deal with the Bane finally. That was the target they went on at the start, and now they can end it with that kill.
Both offlaners holding their ultimate until the very last second. I was like, where's the arena? Where's it covered? They're all around this little choke point. But unfortunately, that hesitation allowed the Ravage to come off cooldown for FBZ, and he was able to counter that.
Oh, they're going to make a jump on him. This guy's tanky, but Bedlam and DD, which will be purged off now, and Saving Grace, Tim's, what do you know, once again, right place, right time, and all the Boom showing up to the fray. A lot of ultimates on cooldown, but this might just favor Boom as they get a quick 1-2 punch, bringing down both the supports, but that's answered with the Wake. They'll drop the Brambles. No escape from the Ember. Looks like the rest of Boom get out.
For sure. He's gone the similar sort of build that we were kind of expecting, as all leaners tend to do these days. Couple Null Talismans, Boots of Travel, BKB, going into that. Actually gets the soul, the haste bottled up. And then just into the silver. So it still makes him squishy.
Nice pick up on Aya. He pulled back previously, so he can't rejoin the fray. A Soul Fiend script, but no damage follow-up, and that's going to cost RR his life. Sticking around for a little bit too long, but do they want to pounce to terrorize the hold them through? They've waited for the Wukong to expire, and now they're going to instantly jump to kill off the Monkey King. FBZ, a massive Ravage, but completely wasted as the damage not there to follow up. Yopaj is making them work. These consistent slides, such a nuisance, but where's the opening for him to jump afterwards? Finally, he'll find a straggler off to the side. He might not even get the kill before BDZ finds the life of Mushi. These guys are purple maze. BDZ picking up a kill before he will die.
With the Laguna Blade up in a couple of seconds, with the Arena of Blood available in 10, and Ursa respawning, you do have this window where you can look to go to Roche. Right now, Marb, he's farming on the bottom side, just trying to get Ursa.
BKB on cooldown for another 10. Tino has Arena up shortly. Beautiful placement. Stuns up the Monkey King. This Ember is going to be a bit more of a difficult kill, but you know, that is now all ultimates wasted on Boom, and they're going to have to look to get out of the area as they know they've relocated out to safety. So Mob, there's a huge window of opportunity to jump Mushin. I mean, let's see if they walk into Roche.
Even getting close to that BKB on Tino as well, so providing him with that little extra layer of survivability, particularly against this this Ember Spirit. It's going to be very nice for him.
Eyes on Yopaj. Let's see what it can do. Tide's going to give them the vision. Mob's falling low, so they have to commit for the Roshan, but he's able to find the Aegis. So now with the second life advantage that they have on the Ursa, he still has to pounce out of the Wukongs. They recognize we can't take the fight to the denial of area. They trade just the life of the Aegis, and that's all they get. So Boom have to be pretty happy with being able to, find the kill.
I mean, the fact that they were able to nullify the effect of that first Roshan is still pretty good, though, for Boom. Like, sure, they miss out on the gold, the experience, but you don't really have a Roche taking lineup anyway. And they didn't have the Ravage. Let's remember that as well. So the fact that you were able to trade 1-for-1 is pretty good, as Marby's going to run straight on into FBZ, who has Ravage this time around, and CTM's connecting.
He's actually going to look to jump instantly. It's a rough life as a support when you're versing the Monkey King.
They got him.
They've got the stun. BKB not going to protect him, but still at least now that it expires, they've got the speed connection. Mob's damage is plentiful, and FBZ just makes it away. But simultaneously, they also lose Mushi as well. I did not know the arena stun went through BKB if you destroyed the tree.
I have to say, like, Tino, his arenas have been pretty on point this game. Just being able to create a little bit of space.
Smoke up themselves. FBZ. It's on the front line. They look to jump again. Yopash such a nuisance right now. Without any instant stuns, it's going to be so difficult to deal with the Ember. But a 1-for-1 as the supports both falling. FBZ looking to find the angle. Is going to get just that. A Ravage onto 2, but the follow-up lacking once again. So with the ultimate completely wasted. And now Tino's got the jump. But the backline Tim's isn't enough to be able to keep the Ember alive. So without Yopaj, they're going to have to reset the position. But they won't have an opportunity to do so. CTM still hiding himself out in the Wukongs, but that extra armor about to expire with the life getting claimed. But that's all they'll get out of it. Just a little bit of damage. Mana burnt, so it might force FBZ to have a trick back to the well. We've seen the importance from either team looking to jump supports. Bane and Io seem to be the prime targets. He doesn't see a support at the moment, so he's going to jump the Monkey King, but the Io is still not there at the moment. That's going to cost the life of CTM. I'd love to see a Hex. I don't know really who's going to get enough farm to pick that up. Maybe Marb, once Basher is completed, they could have a bit of a window to deal with Yopaj, but Remnants into a Bramble.
I think they want to go on this right now.
They will. FBZ, another jump onto 4. This time he's got the follow-up. Both supports instantly evaporate. Oh my lord, FBZ.
Some of these deep wards do provide. You've also got some placed down here by Execration inside the lane. So you'll be able to catch people out that might be jumping around in the trees. So again, it feels like this entire game...
Execration smoked up. They're going to be careful. FBZ drops the Ravage, but once again, there's no follow.
Tino's on his own.
Arena from Tino locks back the extra assistance that they were crying from FBZ's Ravage, and they won't give him another opportunity for the secondary. Refresher completely wasted, and now a huge window for them to take the fight. Yopaj gets out to safety, but he Remnant straight on top of the Bramble Maze. A slight not successful as they find the spear connection. He's brought down. A huge fight for Execration as they're looking for more blood.
To be able to catch him out, combos together into the Light Strike array. And, yeah, things going from good to even better.
Feels like Execration almost feel forced to play around top and mid, especially with how their Observer Wards are set up, as they'll instantly kill off Mushi with the dewarding Expedition. And I love this from Execration, just making sure they protect their observers down bottom CTM. It's enough time to pop the BKB, but Mom might be able to cancel these with a bash. He does! Oh, beautiful timing. Tim says relocate. Not in the nick of time.
The mech and the magic wand and cause the IO to bring him to safety, but I was thinking that might have been a mistake for Tino actually, with coming up to that side of the map. Him revealing would have opened up a huge opportunity for Boom to try and make a play, but instead
they're going to make the jump as well on the Tide. The breaks out, great placement of the Bramble again, man. This Dark Willow, such a nuisance. Maybe BDZ doesn't get that Bramble.
Mana, while he waits to uncombine them into the Aeon Disc if he does get jumped on.
Feels like they have to give up potentially a double set. Tino is going to miss. Spear will still clip at least one of the supports, but once again we see the Ursa jumping further and further. This time Tino! The spear onto 2 of the cores. The damage follow-up's not there at the moment. They've got to be cautious how deep you dive, as the defensive Wukongs will push them back. So no one's down at the moment. But they're
How
going to be
can they
cautious.
disengage?
Here comes the
Ravage
tide.
coming.
The Ravage at the ready. Once again, FBZ to drop. But there's no follow-up. Another huge Ravage to look to turn. They won't give him an opportunity for the secondary. As Execration wipe the Emperor as well. He's forced to buy back, but they've got all 5 still.
Still, though, very good outcome coming through from Execration. 2 lanes of Rax. They'll be able to get that outer tower as well on the bottom side, opening up the bottom lane of Rax, and you got the buyback out of Yopaj as well.
Wait,
so...
is BDZ? Is he going to go for the solo kill? He's got a crap load of damage as a support. CTM's in trouble. He gets a little bit of life steal back, but that's not enough as Bob swings on out of nowhere. A big kill for them to find us simultaneously.
I feel like they need their full complement here. Like, they'll get megged if they don't, you know? Ravage up in 45 seconds. Monkey King around that same sort of
Bob's
time.
not going to give them the opportunity. Another
This
deep
is
dive.
distraction.
And one buyback's out. Second buyback's out. FBZ needs to jump, otherwise they'll reset. A beautiful sword by Ravage off the mark. He didn't blink.
He was in the trail from the Mars Spear.
It's felt like he's always getting 3-man near plus Ravages, and the first one, that's Megas now too. That's a big factor here for Execration. They might lose RR as Yopaj gonna jump the naked support alone, but he does have Bob hiding in the wings. He's gonna look to pounce. Bob still has A on disc. Even actually just gonna force the BKB. Meanwhile, with the backline, Mob's also going as well. Everyone keen on Execration, looking to find pickoff after pickoff, and that they will. Monkey King a dieback, Ember the next on the agenda, the Hex to start, and down they go. As Execration, a much needed map victory as well. They'll tie it against Boom.
Very nicely done. I was giving Boom a lot of credit for being able to come back into this game if Tino just stopped playing like an absolute beast.